Kevin Devine is an American songwriter and musician from Brooklyn, New York, who is known for melodic, acoustic songs with alternately introspective, political lyrics. He is a contemporary member of the underground indie rock and indie folk musical scenes, and his influences range from older indie artists such as Neutral Milk Hotel, Elliott Smith and Pavement to more mainstream and well-known acts such as Nirvana and Bob Dylan. Recently, Kevin Devine has rejoined his previous band, Miracle of '86, for a series of reunion shows. History == Kevin Devine grew up in Brooklyn and Staten Island and has spent significant time in Manhattan and Queens. Devine graduated from Fordham University at Lincoln Center in 2001, majoring in journalism. He played in the band Miracle of '86, as well as the popular Staten Island band Delusion. At Fordham he was able to hone his solo, acoustic style by playing at various open mic and college events. Devine released his first solo album, entitled Circle Gets the Square, in 2002 under the record label Immigrant Son Records, as well as being produced by Bill Menardakis. During this time he also appeared in regular stints at the Wetlands Preserve venue in New York City. His brother, Dan Devine, is a columnist for Yahoo! Sports. Increased success although still relatively unknown, Devine gained some popularity with his 2003 album, Make the Clocks Move. This album's songs reflect Devine's political views and a growing introspective style, inspired by recent death of his father to a stroke. These two styles would become a staple in Devine's music that followed. It is the first of two albums released on Triple Crown Records. It is also the first of 3 albums produced by Chris Bracco and Mike Skinner. In 2005, Devine released his third full-length album, Split the Country, Split the Street. He signed with Capitol Records, who released his fourth album, Put Your Ghost to Rest, on October 17, 2006. Only 4 months after his major label debut, Devine was dropped from Capitol Records due to EMI merging Virgin and Capitol Records. Devine was able to gather a strong fan base as a result of his exposure through touring with Brand New. First appearing as their opening act on their 2004 spring tour, Devine made a small splash among their fan base. However, opening for them again in April 2006 and joining their 2007 spring tour with Manchester Orchestra greatly increased his fan base and affected his career. Devine also toured solo with Jesse Lacey of Brand New and singer-songwriter Grace Reed. Brothers Blood and Bad Books After negotiations with Capitol Records, Put Your Ghost to Rest was re-released on April 20, 2008 by Procrastinate. Music Traitors. Several new demos were featured on his MySpace page around this time. A majority of the demos would later be properly featured on Brothers Blood, and a single for Another Bag of Bones was released in August 2008. The tours throughout 2008 were in support of the Put Your Ghost to Rest re-release and the new material. In December 2008, Devine announced in an interview with Pub Reckoning that his new album Brothers Blood would be released on April 28 on Favorite Gentleman Records. He also announced a tour with Manchester Orchestra and the release of the I Could Be With Anyone EP in support of the upcoming album. In an interview with Manchester Orchestra's Andy Hull, Hull confirmed that Manchester Orchestra and Kevin Devine would be releasing a split EP entitled I Could Be the Only One. He later confirmed in a January 2010 interview with Absolute Punk that Manchester Orchestra and Devine had finished a currently untitled album featuring 8 songs, with 4 songs written by Devine and the other 4 written by Hull. The album will be released under the band name Bad Books. In August 2010, the band officially announced their self-titled debut album, Bad Books, with a release date of October 19, 2010. A small East Coast tour in support of the album was also announced. He toured extensively in 2009 and 2010 for Brothers Blood, including dates with Manchester Orchestra, Brand New, Thrice and Nada Surf. He also played a number of major music festivals, including Coachella, Lollapalooza, The Bamboozle and Bonnaroo. On July 6, 2010, Devine released the She Stayed as Steam EP, featuring outtakes from Brothers Blood. On October 19, 2010, the self-titled debut album by his new project Bad Books, featuring members of Manchester Orchestra was released. The band supported the release of the album with a 4-date East Coast tour. Another short acoustic tour followed in December 2010, with only Kevin Devine and Manchester Orchestra frontman Andy Hull playing Bad Book songs, as well as solo songs, acoustically. Between the Concrete and Clouds. On August 26, 2010, Devine announced on his Facebook page that he had begun writing his 6th album. A post made on his Facebook page also revealed tentative song titles which include Between the Concrete and Clouds, the first hit, Off Screen, A Story, A Sneak, The City Has Left You, 11 to 17, I Used to Be Someone, Sleepwalking Through My Life, Wait Out the Wreck, and Mary Levov. The song Mary Levov was possibly renamed Awake in the Dirt, as it does not appear on the album yet would explain the lyrical content of the later renaming. Several rough draft lyrics of these songs have been added to his Facebook notes page. Recording was completed on March 6, 2011. This is the first record he's made that is fully backed by a band, featuring musicians Brian Bonds, Chris Bracco, Mike Fadum, Russell Smith, and Mike Strandberg. It was recorded in 10 days over a span of a month, being produced by longtime collaborator Chris Bracco and mixed by Rob Schnapf. In March 2011 Devine toured with River City Extension, and released a split 7" EP. Devine's songs on the EP are an acoustic version of Between the Concrete and Clouds, and Walls, a Tom Petty cover. 2 7" singles, Luxembourg, and Part of the Whole, were announced and are due for release on May 17, with the album, Between the Concrete and Clouds, to follow later in the year. During an Alt Press interview on July 6, 2011, Between the Concrete and Clouds was officially announced for a September 13, 2011 release in the US on Razor and Tie Favorite Gentleman Records. He performed some of his new material on tour starting in spring 2010. A few songs on the album are influenced by the book American Pastoral by Philip Roth. In honor of the 20th anniversary of Nirvana's classic album Nevermind, Kevin Devine covered the entire album, and let fans download it on his website for free. Bubblegum and Bulldozer. On January 14, 2013, Kevin launched a Kickstarter to help fund his next 2 albums. Later that day, it was announced the entire goal amount was raised, and on February 28, when the project finished being funded, the fans of Kevin Devine had pledged $114,805. Both albums were released in the United States on October 15, 2013 via Divinyl Records' Favorite Gentleman Procrastinate. Music Traitors labels. His 7th studio album, Bulldozer, is a solo album, with Rob Schnapf as collaborator and producer of the album. His 8th studio album, Bubblegum, made with the contribution of his backing band The Goddamn Band, was produced by Jesse Lacey of Brand New. On January 27, 2015, Kevin announced Divinyl Splits, a 6-part split series featuring artists such as Matthew Cause, Meredith Graves of Perfect Pussy, and Tiger's Jaw to be released on Bad Timing Records. Divinyl Splits No. 1, Matthew Cause x Kevin Devine will be released February 24. The remaining 5 splits will be released every other month in April, June, August, October, December. Discography. Albums. 2002, Circle Gets the Square, 2003, Make the Clocks Move, 2005, Split the Country, Split the Street, 2006, Put Your Ghost to Rest, 2009, Brothers Blood, 2011, Between the Concrete and Clouds, 2013, Bulldozer, 2013, Bubblegum. Cover albums. 2011, Nevermind. Live albums. 2005, Live at Shiba's 052005, 2006, Live at Maxwell's 022006, 2007, Live at Austin City Limits Music Festival 2007, Kevin Devine, 2009, Kevin Devine, Live at Looney Tunes 4.16.09, 2012, Matter of Time, KD and GDB Tour EP 2012. EPs. 2003, Traveling the EU, 2006, Buried by the BUZZZZ, 2007, 2007 Tour EP, 2008, I Could Be With Anyone, 2010, I Could Be the Only One, 2010, She Stayed as Steam, 2011, Kevin Devine River City Extension Split. Singles 2007, Just Stay, 2008, Another Bag of Bones, 2009, Splitting Up Christmas, 2011, Part of the Whole, 2011, Luxembourg. Music videos 2006, Brooklyn Boy, 2006, Me and My Friends, 2009, I Could Be With Anyone, 2009, Another Bag of Bones, 2011, Off Screen, 2013, Bubble Gum, 2014, Little Bulldozer, 2014, She Can See Me. Miracle of 86 2000, Miracle of 86, 2003, Every Famous Last Word, 2005, Last Gasp, 2005, Kevin Kolankowski. Bad Books 2010, Bad Books, 2012, Bad Books 2. References. External links, Kevin Devine's MySpace, Brooklyn Boy music video on YouTube, Academy Fight Songs MySpace, These Are Not Records official website, Kevin Devine interview regarding his career on Audiolic Media, Kevin Devine interview regarding being dropped by Capitol Records, Kevin Devine debuts Another Bag of Bones on Spin.com, Kevin Devine's Pup Reckoning interview Part 1, Kevin Devine's Pup Reckoning interview Part 2, Kevin Devine interview on Shockhound.